But for me, not last weekend because this past weekend I was kind of dog sitting since my parents went up to see my sister since she starts back from her her leave. So
Hmm.
my parents are watching the baby. She goes back to work. So I got the dogs for the weekend, so nothing really happened this
Woohoo.
past weekend. But the weekend before, Whitmer's golf adventure number
Oh
two,
yes.
it happened actually number three. The other one we never talked about it, but
Mm.
right around Thanksgiving time, they went with Mitch, and Cole, and my dad.
Hey,
Um,
let's go.
but this time we went to this one course out in like almost by like Octorara. Like it was really like right next to it.
By Octorara.
Yeah,
What are you doing out there? Why out there? That's in the middle of
because
nowhere.
backstory on that. So about a couple of weeks prior, during my mom's like 80th
Yep.
birthday we had for her, my uncle Chris, who like always has like these golf kind of ventures with his at work and stuff like that. He suggested he always goes to this course
Mm.
because Mitch and his roommate have kind of gone started golfing more ever since a year ago when he went with my dad and
There
brother.
you go.
They've kind of been golfing every now and then. So Mitch and they were talking and they just kind of got together. Mitch, Cole, my dad, and my uncle Chris all went out golfing at this course, and my dad wanted to essentially show it to me because it's such a beautiful course. One of those things where like if on the PGA you could easily just in it, and if you ever been out to like Octorara or like the farmlands or whatever, it's pretty much that. It was pretty much just kind of out
Nice.
of nowhere, and like I think the thought was like an Amish like farm
Interesting.
created it, like an old Amish family made the bar, or
Yeah.
not the bar. Wow, sorry, sorry, wrong brain.
It's Monday. We'll give you a break.
How many breaks do I get?
Oh
But it
God.
was such a nice course. Unfortunately, that day, because it was during when we had like that like heat wave that we were getting, and
Yeah.
Larry, we really went the hottest day because the real field was supposed to be like in the triple digits.
Mm.
And the only issue was it was nice all day until like the afternoon when thunderstorms were going to roll in. So unfortunately, we got through like we paid for 18, played for about 2 hours before we got to like hole seven, and they blew like this air horn, pretty much saying,
Yep.
"Hey, there's lightning in the area. You kind of have to, you know, either finish up where you're going and just kind of mosey along because, or come into because it was a clubhouse. They have a bar and everything, so you come,
Right.
maybe wait the storm if it's a quick one." But essentially, it was like, okay, yeah, you kind of have to because there's lightning in the area. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we weren't able to finish. Um, I'll be honest, I did better than I did the first time I went out over a year
Okay.
ago
There
for
you
my
go.
for Father's Day when I went out with them. I still didn't play great. This isn't even a highlight, but
It
it
just
made
made
me
things
laugh.
better.
No, it made me laugh. It made Mitch laugh because I think it was on hole. It was either first hole or second hole,
Yeah.
and I kind of hit into the rough, and there was a bunch of trees. And Mitch literally said I was a Lorax because I was hitting so many trees. Um,
That's fantastic.
Also, if you don't know how we normally do our golf, we get a cooler, we get some beers.
That's what you gotta do.
Yep. Mitch also brought some cigars. We were going to smoke those, but unfortunately we weren't
This
able
is
to.
you guys go all out. I love it.
hmm Uh, but the way Mitch and Jared, his roommate, normally golf, it's
Mhm.
they'll chug beers at the beginning, and as they golf, they come down from it. And unfortunately, since we were it was closed, Mitch had his roommate try for him because he was a little too intoxicated.
Nice, Mitch. Nice.
So that should get you in the headset of where some of us were on this time. But since it was so hot, you kind of had to keep drinking water too, just
Yeah.
because you don't want to drink too much beer and kind of get dehydrated and fall over.
I mean, I thought that was the goal usually.
You would think. But anyways, back to my shot. I hit it. It hit directly center of the tree and pretty much came right back at me. It was hilarious. You hear the thud and it comes right back. I don't think it could have hit it any better.
How close was the tree? Or I'll put it this way. What shot was this for you? Was this like the tee off?
Third shot.
Okay, so you're probably like,
and honestly, the bounce actually helped in a weird way, because the way I was hitting off, I wasn't really right onto where the hole was.
Yeah, so
because there were trees around me, so it just kind of had the trees weren't really that close, so I had to go out of my way a little bit to hit the tree.
Okay, so but the way if you're describing, you're in the rough essentially, and it hit the tree, and then it kind of let me guess,
it shanked left and hit the tree.
Yeah, and then did it bounce you back onto the fairway?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
And then it had me have a clearer shot at the hole.
All right, so you're essentially on the fairway.
Yeah, so it's not a great shot because I essentially took out the tree. If it was anything harder than a golf ball,
I'll put it this way: at least when you did that, one, it was a wide open area. Two, you didn't nearly decapitate someone, and three, it at least went in an open area where you could walk up further to your ball and then hit it again. Where I'm going out this, I had an extremely similar situation. I think within the last year and a half or so. I was with my brother and his roommate at the time. I was visiting him in Philly, and we went to the nearest Top Golf to him was in Jersey. We went there. Then, of course, we were having a good time. Had a couple of drinks, and it's not like we weren't even.
I kind of got that when I said we're having a good time.
Yeah. So we just a couple of drinks here and there, nothing like crazy. And we I don't even think like any of us got like buzzed, because we're just drinking, but like all just fine. Also get some food, and we're there for a couple hours. But my brother decides when we're almost done, hey, let's have a long drive competition. And so I thought, why now? Why, when we're basically shot and our arms are sore from golfing and just hitting golf balls for a couple hours? Why now? Driving, yeah. And just all, like, why? I'm like, what? No, let's just do it. So, we start hitting some golf balls, and my shots are awful because at that point, my arms are tired and I'm like losing grip of the club. And just, oh God, like my arm was shanked or just shot and everything. I was like, all right. I'm just like, I think I had like 4 balls to hit left. Mm-hmm. I rip a line drive, and it was low though, so low that I didn't. Are you familiar with Top Golf?
Yeah.
You know how like there's like the holes everywhere, and then they also have like there's like the concrete in the middle of the holes. Yeah. Probably one of the first few holes that's closest to us, I hit a direct line drive. It goes through the netting, hits the concrete, comes right back, and we're all like, "Oh my God! Like, is that coming?" Shit! And we duck, and it gets worse. Not only does it come right back to us, and it destroys. It hits a wall, it dents a wall, and bounces back and lands back by my feet. It was about half a foot from basically killing a kid because it went directly over his head. Like the kid was like 6 or 7, right? And it just went over. Like I'm talking like way like up here. Mm-hmm. Like it went like there. And I'm just like, all right, I'm done. And I apologize to the kid's dad like 1,000 times, and the kid, I'm like, guys, I am so sorry. And like,
that's never happened to me before.
Yeah, no, seriously. I was like, I don't even know what this said. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not even trying to mean to do that. And the guy's like, I don't even know what happened, but you're fine. Like, it sounded like it's a free accident. I'm like, trust me, It was. I mean, I'm not great at golf, but I know I'm not that bad where I can just. And plus, we've been golf for like 2.5 hours, so it's like, it's like, what do you want me to do? My brother and his roommate, they're laughing. They're like,
I would
Jeff,
be.
all right, the goal is longest drive, not to try to attempt to murder someone
Well,
with a golf ball.
Well, I mean, if it goes backward long enough, does that count?
Yeah, you're onto something.
But it's pretty much like that episode of Family Guy where Peter's into like Cleveland Junior because he's so good at golf and he's neglecting Chris, and at the end they're shooting golf balls the other way in the parking lot.
That's pretty much the goal. But yeah, so I'll put it this way: I feel your pain to an extent, and a kid almost felt that same pain, that the same thing as a tree.
I'll say this compared to other public courses.
Yeah,
where you're like where some courses would be like right next to houses and everything that could get hit. You would have to be significantly terrible to hit one into someone's yard because it's so wide open. However, if you've ever been to the Lancaster area, there is normally one road and then a person's farm. I successfully, and so did Mitchell's roommate, successfully twice, mind you, on one hole. Because the way the whole road, you were pretty much right where the road was, but on the other side, I hit it off the tee into someone's yard. Luckily, it was a farm. Luckily, it was like a farm, so it's not like a house in the suburbs. It was, they got land and everything. And then, I go take the next shot. Happens again.
I'll put it this way. So when we were younger, and this is well before like Mike and I got like seriously into golf and everything, and he crushes a shot, and like this is one of his best shots. Like when we were younger, like he's ever hit, especially. And we're watching. My dad's like, "Oh my!" He's like, "You're gonna hit that barn, aren't you?" And it's like a barn towards the clubhouse too. Like it's way up high, a huge barn, and we just see it smacks the side, and we're like, so where did it go from here? And we just saw it fall somewhere. Like, I don't know where it went, but that was a far shot.
I'll be honest though, compared to the other time I went, where I lost at least like 15 balls or whatever.
Sounds about right.
I only lost like 2.
That's
and the 7 holes we did, and those were the ones that went to someone else's yard.
Yeah. That's a good day. No, when I last went with golfing with Mike several weeks ago, I think I lost 1 golf ball and maybe 2 at most. And that's a record day for me because I usually lose about 5 per day. That's an average.
I had to take whenever we got the chance. I should take you and even Baps.
Yes.
Do it. The only thing with this one is they want you to be in like a little foursome. So you just have to bring maybe Matt.
Yeah, it was. So what we usually do is like, that's true. And Matt likes to golf. He doesn't have his own clubs though, but and that's the only thing I would recommend is that like we just make sure we all have our own clubs, just because.
I know, especially because I'm a lefty, so I have to have the lefty ones.
Yeah, there you go. But no, so like what we usually play is like ready golf. Is like if you're ready to take your shot, just go, because especially we don't want to hold anyone else up behind us, So that's what we usually do.